Hi everyone, and welcome to my video about how to set up a CNC HAAS office mill. Be quick and easy, and we'll get right to it. So the first thing we're going to want to do is find the power switch. This is either going to be located on the back or on the side of your HAAS office mill. So you come to the controller in the front, and we're going to be looking for the green power button. We'll hit that. And then it'll be initializing the DRAM. Safety screen will come on. And after the machine gets started, we're going to hit the power up restart button. And when you hit the power up restart button, usually in the first or second column on a HAAS controller, you push that button and it'll send the table all the way back to its home location inside of the work area. Next, we go over tool selection and review our setup sheet. So, looking at our setup sheet, it says we need a 3-inch shell mill and a 1/4-inch chamfer mill. Z is going to be top of part. So I found our shell mill, and I'm going to show you how to install it into the machine. And if you'll excuse my rotund self, I will show you how to install the tool into the spindle head. And by doing that, we're going to put it into the spindle and hit the button that says Tool Release. And for anybody curious, the Tool Release button is right under the F3, underneath the button where we hit Power Up Restart. Next, we have to get our next tool ready to install. So we'll put the machine in manual or MDI, and then we'll hit ATC forward. This will release the tool from the spindle, send it to the next spot in the automatic tool changer, and it should be an empty slot where we can put our next tool. Next, we will be installing our 1/4-inch chamfer mill. And this is going to be the same thing as before. We put the tool in the spindle, hit tool release, and it grabs it. So this is the part we're going to be working on today. And as you can see, it has this hat on the bottom of it. It's a flat spot that we don't want there, so we're going to be getting rid of that. So this part is round, and in order to grab onto it, we had to have some specialty soft jaws made to have enough material to hold onto on the round part. Next, we take our vise wrench, put it onto the nut, and we're going to securely fasten our vise to our part. We want to make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't go anywhere when the shell mill hits it and throws it out of the vise. And then we want to make sure that our part is nice and square so it lines up with our programming and nice and tight, not going anywhere. So the next thing that we're doing is touching off our tools to the top of the part. And essentially all that means is we're just showing the tools where the top of the part is because the robot doesn't know that. So we have to show it where it is. And in order to do that, I take this little 1-inch steel block that's specially designed to be an inch, essentially, and we lower the tool down to it. And we don't want to touch our tools off on our part itself, just in case we crash the machine and damage the part. So we use this 1-inch block instead, and we lower it down to it, and then we hit part tool set, and that tells it where the top of the part is. Well, and we subtract an inch. And we subtract an inch because we added an inch by using the measurement tool. And for anybody curious, these little 1-inch blocks, you can buy them on McMaster-Carr, and they're specifically made to have 0 tolerance and be as close to an inch as possible. And in this next section, I'm just kind of showing you like where everything is on the controller. You hit the tool offset measure button. That measures where the part is inside of the workhead. And then we will subtract 1 inch from that measurement, because if you move down negative in the Z, that makes it so the spindle is closer to the part. Positive moves away and negative moves towards the part. In the next section, I'm going to show you how to set your G54 work offset. And what that is G54 is the program that is set inside of Mastercam. When you make your initial program, like the virtual side of like 3D display and how the part is actually made inside of like a virtual program. And we use an edge finder like this one in order to tell the machine where the X and Y meet on the setup sheet. It says the top left corner. I'm going to time lapse through this next part because it is kind of tedious. But what we do is we put our edge finder into the spindle, and then we rotate it and put it to the x-axis and the y-axis, and then we hit tool offset measure, and that will add our coordinates to the G54. And that's it for setup. We got our program plugged in, we got our offsets put in, we got our G54 work offset ready to go. We got our part in and tight. That means we're pretty much ready to get to work here. Enjoy this little time-lapse video I made of the part actually being finished, and we'll take a look at the finished part after that. And look at that, Jim. She's a beaut. No more hat on the bottom, no sharp edges. Got a nice chamfer around the bottom. Nice and smooth, finished and polished. Love it. Thanks for watching. Bye.